Hi everybody and welcome to another trucking news update from the garage. This is an exciting one today. Let's waste zero time. Meet the brand new 2022 GMC Hummer EV. Now you've seen it, and yes, it looks pretty dang good, but what is powering this monster? So the Hummer EV is going to use GM's new Ultium drive units, and in this case, the Hummer will put out 1,000 horsepower and 11,500 pound-feet of torque when properly equipped. And that last part is important because it means that there will be a less powerful version of the Hummer EV. The most powerful versions will use 3 separate electric motors and 2 Ultium drive units to send power to all 4 wheels. Now, as with any EV, of course, you're asking, what is the range? Well, General Motors has already announced an estimated range of 347 miles, that's 560 kilometers, on a full charge. Now, when you're talking about recharge time, GM didn't give us the full recharge time, but they say on a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger, you can recoup about 160 kilometers, that's 100 miles, in 10 minutes of charging. Luckily, everyone, General Motors didn't forget that a Hummer is all about off-roading, and one of the goals with this project was to make the most capable pickup truck off-road ever. So what did they bring to the table when it comes to off-roading? Well, let me tell you, there's a ton of gear and technology here. First of all, you have 4-wheel steering with crab walk mode. So crab walk mode is actually going to allow you to turn all 4 wheels in the same directions, and then at slow speeds, move this entire Hummer diagonally on the ground. That is pretty cool. The Hummer packs adaptive air suspension. Now on road, that will help with ride and handling, but of course off-road, that means that the Hummer will be able to lift its body up. Put it into extract mode and you can actually lift the body up by 6 inches to make sure you can get over or out of some tough situations. And air suspension is great, but big tires are better. And this Hummer EV is going to arrive with a set of 35-inch tires standard, while GM says that putting 37s onto the Hummer EV is possible with no modifications. That is pretty cool. There's going to be some seriously big rubber on this EV. A set of steel plates arrives underneath this Hummer to make sure the underbody is fully protected, while there's another neat trick under the body, a pair of cameras. There's actually a new underbody front and rear camera, and they help to enable what GM calls Ultravision. Now, the Ultravision system is essentially a virtual spotter, allowing you to see different wheels and angles of your truck to make sure you can get over whatever obstacle you're tackling. And in total, there are 18 different camera views around the Hummer, so you can really see what's going on. Off-road information is not in short supply either and is served up by widgets in the Hummer's infotainment system. So thanks to these widgets, you're going to be able to get information like torque output, differential locker engagement, tire pressure, pitch and roll angles, a drift gauge, a friction circle, torque vectoring, and so much more. Off-road, the Hummer sounds and looks like a monster, but on-road, the performance here is pretty staggering as well. Thanks to a special drive mode, you can unlock all of the power on tap here, making this Hummer capable of a 0 to 60 mile per hour run in just 3 seconds. Besides that full power mode, there'll be a number of other drive modes here, mostly off-road focused drive modes, and they're going to be able to change up, the power delivery, the torque vectoring, and then even the torque split from rear to front to make sure that each situation can be tackled with the correct torque split and power delivery. To be sure that Wrangler and Bronco owners aren't the only ones out on the trail with no roof on, the Hummer is also going to offer an open air experience. There is actually a pair of removable transparent sky panels that you can store in the front trunk or the frunk of this Hummer, which will allow you again to have that open air experience out there on the trail, just like the Jeep and the Bronco. There's a ton of interior technology here too. We'll just hit the high points. The biggest one has to be a 13.4-inch touchscreen right there in the center stack, and then an over 12-inch screen delivering all of your driver information. So on the interior, it's definitely looking futuristic and high-tech with all of those big screens. There's a couple other kind of cool just pickup truck features here as well. So first of all, the multi-pro tailgate has been added to the Hummer, pulled right off of GM's other half tons. Now second, there is actually a slide down rear glass window in this Hummer, just like what you get in the Toyota Tundra. And finally, GM has actually designed a power tonneau cover for the Hummer EV. GM has not given out all of the information on the different trim levels and then all the different ways you're going to be able to build this Hummer, so we don't exactly know how that's going to work yet. However, what they have said is that initially there is going to be the Hummer Edition 1, so there's going to be sort of a special model right off the hop that you can order, and it's going to include all of those features I mentioned, plus all of those top power numbers. Production of this Hummer EV is slated to begin in late 2021, while deliveries are expected to begin in mid to late 2022. So we do have some waiting to go for this Hummer EV. So what's the competition for this Hummer? Well, it looks to me like the Hummer EV is the most off-road focused of all of the upcoming electric pickups, because then we're going to have, the Rivian, the all-electric F-150, the Workhorse, the Tesla Cybertruck. All of them will have advantages off-road, but none of them seem quite as focused on off-roading. Maybe the Bollinger pickup truck, but we don't know when or if that's even going to come to production. So right now, I would say that the Hummer looks like the most off-road focused all-electric pickup coming, and I can't wait for all of these all-electric pickups to finally arrive so we can just put them to the test. It sounds like we have at least a year or more to wait before any of them actually get here, but we are eagerly awaiting their arrival. So everybody, that is it for this video. Now why don't you go below, let us know what you think of this upcoming Hummer EV. Of course, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit that subscribe button, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we are testing next. See ya.